Hey there, this is Trip 9 with Comodo. I oversee Comodo's Threat Intelligence Division, and I want to talk to you today about direct attacks on U.S. enterprises, credential stealing malware that is wreaking havoc across the U.S. enterprise space. It doesn't matter if you're Fortune 500, Fortune 3000, or I should say the unfortunate 3000, or anyone in between. We're seeing devastation continually on enterprises, their customers, partners, vendors, and even direct employees with certain malware that's out there. And the one of the types of malware that I want to talk to you about today is pony exploits. Now, ponies have been around for a few years now. I've been able to track them back to about 2013, and now we're in 2017, so there's a 4-year history of being able to, look at statistics on this type of malware. However, this type of malware has evolved, and it continues to evolve. And now we're on a version of Pony, which is version 2.2. So maybe a few years ago, it was on 1.9, 2.0, 2.1. Now we're at 2.2. And this type of malware is very advanced, and what it will do is it will evade a lot of common antivirus or endpoint protection security layers that are already in place. It might get by behavioral analysis with a time delay, and then it will go onto the machine and it will look for credentials that have been stored on that particular device, and it will take them, it will exfiltrate them and put them onto a command and control server somewhere in Eastern Europe or Russia or God knows where. So what I want to make sure that you are aware of is how this type of exploit operates and also how it can be stopped, and best practices for your users on where they should be storing their passwords. Let's jump over to my machine where I'm going to talk about a particular version of this pony exploit. So as you can see on my machine here, so what we're looking at right now is an actual 13-page enterprise report that we give to companies at no cost. We deliver this report. It's our value to you. We want to serve the enterprise market in this way. And from this report, we can derive third-party breach data that can be used to attack your organization or exploit potentially privileged users from your organization. I talked about this on a previous video that I did, but also direct attacks against your organization. And that's what I'm talking about today. And the particular malware that I want to speak on is pony exploits, zero-day pony exploits, those that are going to be not already categorized by antivirus, but coming onto the machine as a zero-day unknown file that executes its code and takes malware from the device, takes credentials from the device. So just looking over the table of contents here, I'm just going to skim down to this is a sample report. Let me talk about what this exploit takes. So this exploit will work on Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, as well as even Windows Server. And what it does is it collects Google Chrome passwords, Internet Explorer passwords, Firefox passwords. It will collect even Thunderbird, Outlook Explorer, Windows Mail, and believe it or not, there's 87 other applications that it will steal from. And so I'm telling you, it can really wreak havoc on a particular user. And all the more so if that user has privileged access to a company's sensitive files, sensitive applications. And what we found, so we've studied hundreds of companies across the US. We've been able to query and run these analyses on many enterprise companies in the United States. And what we're finding is there are many privileged users. They could be a director of HR, or maybe a VP of HR. They could be a network administrator. They might be a CFO. We found interim CEOs, presidents of colleges that have fallen into this bucket where they've been attacked. They had no idea they were attacked, and their credentials to log into their machine are now in the hands of some hacker or hacking group on the dark web. And these groups in particular are storing these credentials on these crime servers, these command and control servers that are spread all over the globe. They might be in Eastern Europe, Russia, they could be in the US, they could be in China. We're finding them all over the place.